Hey guys, here we are at Aces with my Fox Body Mustang, and a little bit about it is I acquired it doing some work on it, and we just went from there. Kind of put some different parts on it, did some different things to it, decided, put a Holley carburetor on it, and here we go. We're gonna go put some EFI on it and see what kind of power we get. We are going to be switching it to a Killshot Fusion master kit that includes the throttle body, Gambler distributor, and the tank conversion pump. So the first step is we're going to remove this air cleaner. Get this off of here. Okay, let me set this down. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the fuel line and then the throttle linkage and the return spring. And just watch, guys, when you do this, you want to make sure you got some paper towels or something on it, because it will leak, because fuel doesn't always return back. Okay, that is off. Push this up out of the way so it stays. Now that we have the fuel filter disconnected, we are going to take the carb off. We're going to start by loosening all 4 bolts. Now we got all our 4 bolts out of it. We were going to take it off and make sure you disconnect any vacuum lines that you might have to it. And there you go. After you move the carb and everything, you want to put something over this so no dust or anything gets down inside the motor. Guys, it's always a safe measure before you do anything to disconnect power and negative from your battery. So just so you know, on an HEI distributor, you have your 12-volt ignition source. So when you switch to a Gambler or a just regular blackjack, you can use this 12-volt source for your key on, because it has power through cranking. Just make sure you get a good connection on it, like this, and you'll be good to go. Okay guys, so another way to help you figure out to get it 15 degrees before top dead center is take this #1 plug out of the motor, and when you get it out and you turn it, you will be able to see where you'll be able to see the piston coming back up, and then know when to stop. So another thing on the install is throttle cable bracket. You need to make sure that you have the proper throttle cable bracket for your setup. We sell one in black and polished steel. All right, come on, there we go. There you go. We are going to take the distributor out, and on these older cars, you'll need to get a wrench like this. It's angled. For Ford, it is a 1/2 inch, and for Chevy, it's a 9/16. These things do wonders for you. So let me loosen this real quick and we'll show you how it's done. One thing to know about our kits is before you take the distributor out, you need to make sure that you have it set at 15 degrees before top dead center. So when you have it set that way, basically you're just taking our distributor, dropping it in, it's ready to go, finish hooking up the system, crank up and go. All right, we got it broke loose. Don't lose this. If you do, you have to buy another one. So we will take the cap off. Okay guys, so here it is. So that's what it should look like when you get it out. Make sure too, another good thing to tell, if you have a lot of uneven wear or this is chewed, make sure your cam gear is not messed up. On roller cams, you have to have a bronze gear. On flat tappets and other ones, you can have just a regular steel gear on it. We're gonna remove the mechanical pump due to going to an intake pump. In the intake pump, we are going to use the tank conversion pump and run 20 foot of line up here to where the Killshot Fusion is going to sit. You'll see. This rod right here hits the distributor and it pumps fuel on a mechanical fuel pump. Before we drop the tank on the Fox Body Mustang, I wanted to show you the pump that I'm going to be putting in it. It's called the tank conversion pump. And the reason why I went with this one is because, one, more flow. It flows 340 liters per hour. Two, there is no return line. It's internally regulated. So better engine bay, clarity, not all these lines running all over, and works better. We are going to drop the tank. So you have two straps that hold it up, and it's a 9/16 bolt. So we got the tank loose and everything. So now we're gonna drop it out and we will go from there. Here we are with the Fox Body tank. We're gonna drill the 4.5-inch hole that is needed to put the tank conversion pump in here. So let's go. So we got the hole cut. And one thing to remember is make sure that you properly dispose of the gas that's in here and the metal shavings. Make sure you get them out, because if you don't and you reuse the gas, it's gonna mess the pump up because the sock will suck them up. So just a thing to remember. Now we are going to lay this on here and we are going to drill our holes. So this right here, the reason why I'm setting it like this is so I can get my spots to drill my holes to put my screws in, and then this will go down in the tank like this, and it will sit just like that. And your screws that we're drilling will come up through to allow you to put the red ring and all that and the gasket on top, so it is put together properly. You could do this one or two ways. If you had a punch, you could go through and mark your 8 holes right here with a punch, but we don't have one, so we're just going to use a smaller drill bit, drill our little holes, and then go back and drill the right size hole. Now we're going to put our 1/4-inch drill bit in here that's supplied with the kit to drill your holes. So the next step is to take your screws, put them in here. So I just got done putting the screws in it that are going to, when we feed it down inside the tank, it's gonna hold it up, and then I'm gonna put a nut and a washer on it to hold it in there. So until I get the gasket and everything. We got the black ring inside the tank and we just put the gasket on. We got the pump in here. And one thing to remember when you measure and get the depth of your tank, remember you want to leave a 1/4 inch from between the sock and the bottom of the tank. You don't want this planted straight on the bottom of the tank. So like here, mine was 10 1/4 deep. So this is sitting at 10. From here, you'll measure from here to here, and that's where you'll get your measurement and what you need to set it at. Next, we are going to take our piece of hose that goes from here, the pressure side, here down to the pump. This is in the kit, so they supply you with this section of hose and then also give you hose clamps for it. Another thing to think about too, and this is totally up to you, so you don't have any aeration in it, is to run a piece of hose from here about the same length of your piece. So that way, this is your return. That's the regulator. So this is your return. So it will come in here and then you won't have any issues, any aeration in it. Okay, so then go. We just went ahead and got the pump put in the tank. And one thing that's good to see is to make sure you're not bottomed out. We're running into that issue. So it's nice to have that filler tank hole there to be able to see if you do bottom out and then make that adjustment on your tank. Then you will take these nuts and washers, they're small, and you will put them on here and then tighten it down. We just got the tank installed. So the tank conversion pump, we put in the original sending unit spot. It's right here. The line and the wire for the positive and negative on the pump is ran up and over the upper control arm and then down, and then it runs, it follows the brake line, comes out right here, goes up, and then up into the engine bay right here, as you can see. And then I have it attached right there to the firewall. And we are fixing to move into showing you how to cut this and then put a 90-degree AN fitting that is going to attach to the fuel supply right here. Since we don't have to have a return, we went ahead and put a plug in this one, just so you don't have to worry about any fuel coming out. So what we're doing now is we've cut the line and now we're putting the AN fitting on it that you see right there. It's gonna take a 90 to get into there. So, and it takes a tool for that nylon to make it bigger so that way that fitting will go in there and seat. See these nifty little tools? You can get one of those on the website to help you tighten these fittings up. When you get the Killshot Fusion, all your wires are included. They're on the side of it with the ECU. They come pre-rolled up. So you get a base gasket, the studs and the bolts to bolt it to your 4150 flange intake. And then you put your studs, your base gasket, slide the throttle body down on, put your nuts and bolts. And another good thing is if you don't have it, we sell throttle cable brackets that you can get online, or you can call us and get it and hook it up. So once you have the throttle body bolted down and everything, you start the wiring process. This is your main power and ground wire. It goes nowhere else but to the battery. Don't hook it to the starter solenoid, the starter, anything, straight to the battery. With the Fusion, I'm running the Gambler's distributor, so you need this plug. You have to ground it to somewhere. Easiest place and closest place is the intake. So you want to make sure you make a good connection there, or you'll have bad signal. So we're using these solder sticks. It hooks up in the additional wiring harness that comes with your kit. So here is the Gambler Series Distributor, and we are fixing to install it. One thing to know, there's two fusible links in the harness, and I mounted mine for my fuel pump right here, mine for the battery since it's close, and then you'll just start wiring from there. We're gonna ground our fuel pump wire, and then we're also going to put the ground in for the system. So one thing you want to do is make sure you're hooking up in a clean connection, not just some rusty bolt somewhere on the frame. Fuel pump ground is going to this one. There we go. go. Now that we've made the connection for the fuel pump, we're going to make the system ground. And we're just gonna slide it right here. Put this doohickey back on. All right, there we go. We are good to go, guys. We just installed the relay for the 12-volt ignition system. Here is the 12-volt wire from the system. And then with the relay, you have to run a ground and a power from the battery, and also find you a good 12-volt source from the vehicle. And that's what we've done here. Now that we have the 12-volt ignition source set, we're gonna go through the setup wizard. This is our 8-inch handheld that you can get with the system. So you would just select how you want your display units reading. And then unit 2 display, you can do AF or lambda. Depending on what motor you have, you can select 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder. As you can see, this is an 8-cylinder, so we have 8X. We have a stock cam selected. We are only running one O2 sensor. And just so you know, if you're running the Gambler distributor with our TBI systems, you have to select CD ignition box. 4 injectors, the flow rate, 302 cubic inch, 850 is good starting point. So here's where you will verify all of your information and make sure that it's correct before you save it. And then you just hit this floppy disk right here to save.